There's blood at the house. Okay? And I know, you know what happened. I'm trying to find out from you. Did you go in there and find some bad stuff and you were scared and you guys covered it up and did something with them? Just tell me that.
This is 25-year-old Cheyenne Jesse, who's being questioned by the detective in the Polk County Sheriff's Office on the whereabouts of two people who she herself had reported missing on August 1st, 2015. The missing people were her 50-year-old father, Mark Weekly, and her 6-year-old daughter, Meredith Jesse. How did she go from being a concerned mother and daughter to becoming a suspect herself? Within a couple of hours of her filling the report, 2 detectives were assigned to investigate the case. Cheyenne reported that she'd dropped off her daughter Meredith at her father's house 2 weeks ago on July 18, 2015. It was not the first time Meredith had stayed with her grandfather, as she was quite fond of him. Unfortunately, that was the last day Cheyenne saw either of them. The cops met at her father's house and realized instantly there was more to this case. Furthermore, she claimed that during those 2 weeks she'd been living with her boyfriend, Matthew Monroe, also known as Cody. Although they'd started dating only a few months prior, Cheyenne spent most of her time with him. The cops were also surprised to learn that the only communication she had had with her father during this time was a single text message from him. Dear Cheyenne, I've been diagnosed with cancer. As I'm already counting my last few days or months, I would like to spend them with my sister in Georgia. I'm taking Mare along as well. You've been a great daughter, and I would want you and Cody to live in this house and have a great life ahead. Love, Daddy. But Mark and Meredith had not been heard from since that text and were nowhere to be found. This case took a sharp turn when the cops decided to take Cheyenne into custody within hours of the investigation commencing. A number of reasons were visible on the surface.
Things don't smell right. Literally, they don't smell right. There's a foul odor in the house.
The detectives had noticed a foul odor in the house when they visited Cheyenne. Cheyenne tried to brush it off, saying it was just a dead raccoon causing the stink. However, they also noticed bloodstains on the furniture and rugs. There were other parts of Cheyenne's story that were not adding up. Cheyenne claimed that she'd tried calling her father multiple times, but the messages only went to his voicemail. The call records matched her claims. What didn't align with her story was the location of her father's device. If everything was fine, then what made her file this missing report? And why did she do it after 2 weeks of receiving this message? Cheyenne's behavior was unlike a woman who had suddenly lost contact with her father and daughter. To understand the family dynamics better, the cops started their line of questioning.
So on a scale, I know that your daughter has issues, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you classify you and your daughter's relationship, 10 being the best?
I was trying to make it at least an 8, but she...
But realistically,
about
it's
5.
5? Okay.
Because every time I go to hug her, she turns to violence towards me, and I'm like, okay. But when I come home from work and I'm tired, I say, give me just a little bit, let me calm down from work, and then we can play. I used to take her out to do stuff when I had the money. We used to go see movies sometimes or go to a park, but then she started becoming a little weird when it comes to strangers. Like, she went up to a stranger and shaved him and told her whole, whatever she knew. If she knew her address, she probably would have told him that.
And how would you classify Matthew's relationship with your daughter on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best?
He was trying to make it like a 10, but...
Of course, you don't want everything to be a 10.
Yeah, but he goes, I don't know how to deal with her. I've never really had a kid.
Right.
And he goes...
So that makes it better.
Basically, he's never alone with her. He goes, I don't want to be alone with her. Matter of fact, she's a little girl. There's people will accuse me of all different things. I'd rather just be safe, and he takes her with his family. And as long as she's buying him things, she's happy and she loves him. But when he says, well, I can't buy it, we have to pay bills, then she hates him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tells him that only thing he's good for is money. And I said, no, he's trying to be a dad to you because your dad is with his other family right now. That's what I tell her. So that's why she doesn't feel like, well, my dad abandoned me.
So do you think it's better off for your child? You said he was going to be staying with your dad, or she was going to be staying with your father until maybe school starts. Do you think it was better off your daughter staying with him full time for you and your relationship? Do you think that's fair to say?
For mine and her relationship, we seem to be like almost at a 9. When me and my daughter.
Okay.
When she's with my dad.
Okay.
Because like my dad he can grandpa came in some money, so and then he has some money stashed up, so he can buy her what she wants when she wants, and she listens to his theory. She thinks all adults are stupid but grandpa.
Okay. Did she tell you that?
Yeah, she's actually told me that.
So do you think that, having said that, do you think it's better for you and your relationship with Matthew if she's with your dad full time?
We've actually been able to focus on our relationship instead of constantly looking over our shoulder. What's she going to do next? What's she going to destroy?
Right. So it does make y'all's relationship better?
Yeah. Okay. And we're not under a lot of stress.
Does it make you feel better if she's with your dad because she's better off, I guess?
Yeah, I can actually sleep at night.
The fact that she didn't share a very healthy relationship with Meredith was another factor that raised the police's suspicions. Meredith's medical reports confirmed that she had oppositional defiant disorder, which is where a child shows a pattern of uncooperative, defiant, and hostile behavior towards peers, parents, teachers, and other authority figures. Meredith had a strained relationship with her mother, but was quite close to her grandfather. Mark had been able to form a deeper bond with Meredith, which Cheyenne explained as being due to the fact that Mark was able to spend money on his granddaughter. Cheyenne was simply unable to form a bond with her that would help in Meredith having a more stable childhood. The neighbor's testimony confirmed the fact that Cheyenne didn't share a good relationship with her daughter.
I know she didn't like her daughter too much. I do know that. Because she says she's always getting in trouble. She's a handful. She screams and shouts at her.
As the interrogation progressed, cops were finally able to locate Mark and Meredith.
The mother, Cheyenne Jesse, reported the two missing to deputies yesterday morning. She said maybe they were in Georgia. Turns out they weren't in Georgia. They were just about a half-mile down the road at the landlord's house.
But the search didn't end well. The bodies of Mark Weekly and Meredith were found in plastic totes concealed in a storage shed belonging to a neighbor, approximately 200 yards away from Mark's house. Both the bodies had gunshot wounds, as well as stab wounds to their heads. It was seeming more and more likely that Cheyenne was directly involved. What was left to be seen now was how the detectives would get the truth out of her.
I just want to know where they're at.
I don't know where they are. I don't.
Are they at the house? Is that what stinks?
I don't see them at the house. I looked through everywhere.
Here's the deal. Something happened at the house. I know that. Okay? There's blood at the house. There's blood at the house. Okay? And I know, you know what happened. I'm trying to find out from you. Did you go in there and find some bad stuff and you were scared and you guys covered it up and did something with them? Just tell me that. Nothing bad happened there and they got up and walked out of there on their own. So, did you go there?
I don't remember.
You don't remember something bad happened there?
All I know that everything looks normal.
But it's not normal. Okay? The sheets that you guys put on those couches in the love seat is covering up stuff. It's covering up stuff that we saw, that you know how it got there. Okay? So, if you go in and find some bad stuff in the house, I can understand if you're scared and you want to hide stuff. I understand that. Okay? I also know that cleaning went on in the house, not just bug spray. You decided, for some reason, you all decided that you need to clean stuff up. Okay? Trust me, I know this. So, where's your dad and daughter?
I don't know.
Cheyenne?
I don't.
Cheyenne, tell me right now.
I don't remember. I don't know where they are. They said they were leaving.
So what's going to happen when we see your dad's phone communicating with your phone? What's going to happen when that call doesn't even exist on your phone on Monday when you said you tried to call him and it goes straight to voicemail to make sure he took your daughter to the doctor? What's going to happen when that call doesn't exist? What's going to happen if that call does exist, but it's in the same place as your phone or Cody's phone? What's going to happen then? Because it's going to look very, very troublesome, Cheyenne, if your phone is communicating with your dad's phone, but you guys are up in North Lakeland. I really don't think you're a bad person. I think you want to do the right thing and be honest. If you went in there and you saw some bad stuff.
I remember.
Okay, but you're not going to forget that. So you need to remember where they're at so we can find them. At least do that. At least tell us where they're at. Are they at the house, Cheyenne? Yes or no? I don't want to hear, I don't know. Are they at the house? Yes or no? Because it's either they are there or they're not there. And you know where they're at. Are they at the house? Yes or no?
No.
Where are they at? Cheyenne? You do
They
know.
told me they were going to Georgia. That's all.
That's not what happened because, let me tell you right now.
But if it wasn't the house, Vicky was the last person to see
Vicky,
them.
we already could tell. I can already tell you that Vicky had nothing to do with this. I know that I can prove that. Okay, my main concern right now is finding your dad and your daughter, and I don't want to mess with this all night. I just want to find them. Regardless of what happened, I want to find them. Okay, so it doesn't make you look like a horrible mother and person if you know where they're at, and we can prove that. And you say you don't know. That doesn't make you look like a good mother, a good loving mother that you do anything for your daughter, does it? If it is, then act like it. Don't protect anybody. This is your daughter. She's 6 years old, Cheyenne. She's 6 years old. She might have had some problems. Cheyenne, look at me. Look at me. Where are they at? Move your hand, sit up. Sit up straight. Because I don't see one tear coming out of you. Okay? I don't see one tear. Yes, you do.
Cheyenne, we already know enough. We have enough information to know there's parts of your story that aren't true. You got to answer our questions. This stuff we have to know. All right, for your daughter, we need to find her. You do know. We have enough people in the neighborhood that know that you know. We didn't just talk to you. We talked to other folks in that neighborhood. You need to tell us what you know. You need to tell us where your daughter's at. There's no way your dad left there to leave for the rest of his life and left his wallet there and left his money in his wallet and left his car there. That just didn't happen.
Although Cheyenne claims that her father texted her about moving to Georgia with Meredith, the detectives find it hard to believe her claims. By this time, they're aware of Cheyenne's involvement in the crime based on the physical evidence that had stacked against her. From lying about the bloodstains in the house to the fake texts she said were from her dad, everything is a web of lies that she's woven to come across as innocent. However, her attempts to deceive don't hold up, revealing her failed plans. It was also clear by now that she had spent those 2 weeks trying to cover her tracks. With more evidence in hand, the detectives were able to find the missing pieces to this puzzle.
I don't know.
Do you agree with me that a lot of the stuff you said is not true? Do you agree with me?
I'm just going off of what I remember.
Okay, but do you agree with me? I'm not asking you what you remember. Do you agree with me that a lot of the stuff you told me is not true? Do you agree with me that the raccoon, you pulling it out, throwing it in the weeds right there is not true? Is that true? Just let's start with that.
I pulled it out of a raccoon and I tossed it.
Where'd you toss it?
I tossed it like that.
Where did it go?
I heard it hit the woods or trees or something.
But would you agree with me that's not even true?
That's what I hear. That's what I...
No. Would you agree? Isn't it true that you did not even pull a raccoon out of there? Is that true? Yeah, sit up, Cheyenne. Is that true, yes or no? Is it true that you pulled... Let's just...
Yes.
That's true that you pulled the raccoon out?
Yes.
And you threw it not even that far to get rid of the smell. Did that get rid of the smell? No, because it still stinks out there, right?
Yeah.
So you tossing it 5 feet, how is that doing any good? You're going to go through the pain and labor of bending down, picking up a raccoon, and you're a woman with some tongs that you say you got out of your dad's kitchen and throw the raccoon. How big were the tongs? What it was like?
I didn't use the tongs for the raccoons.
You told me you did.
I used that for the rats.
You told me you used the tongs for raccoons because I said you picked up the raccoon with your bare hands, and you said, no, I used tongs from my dad's kitchen.
I used the pole thing to bring it out.
And then how did you pick it up? Sit up, Cheyenne. See what I'm saying?
I'm not running.
Cheyenne, I want you to sit up.
Huh? My mind is.
Well, let's take this slow. I want you to sit up and look at me. Please? Can you do that for me? Let's just start here. Let's start fresh, okay? Now, I'm gonna start little. Did you pull out a raccoon from under the house?
Yes, sir.
And why did you do that?
But it stunk.
Okay, and where did you throw it?
I just threw it.
You just threw it where?
As the initial response to the question relates to the foul odor in her father's house, Cheyenne shares some random details that are not adding up. Watch how the detectives dig deeper, revealing more about the crime and the dark motives behind it. What Cheyenne is not aware of is that 2 other detectives have started interrogating her boyfriend Cody in another room of the same police station to try and resolve the missing links.
I know you said earlier when we were talking about Meredith and everything like that, she was, I mean, it sounds like she was just hard to handle.
Sometimes she could be real hard to handle. I mean, you had your good days, but bad days overrank the good days lots.
Yeah.
At one point I told her, if we don't get some kind of help for this kid, I ain't gonna be able to put up with it.
Did you like ending the relationship type?
Yeah, because I did send her back to her dad's for a week while he was out of town.
Her dad meaning Mark?
Yeah, Mark.
Okay.
Where Greenfield.
Yeah.
I sent her back over there for a week because I needed some time to think because this was 23. This is a lot to handle.
Yeah.
And yeah, because she was already trying to get her help, but she was trying to get her help through Greenleaf or I don't know, someplace in Tampa. But all that woman wanted to do was the only thing wrong with her was she was ADHD. Well, you went over here to this other place, they said no. She's also got that defiancy disorder. She'll right up tell you, I don't like me told what to do.
When did you have this conversation with Cheyenne about, getting married to some help or having to rethink the relationship?
This had to be sometime last year. Maybe at the end of it or something.
And by rethinking a relationship, you end the relationship with Cheyenne?
Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm 23 years old, this is a lot to take on. I'm just now getting settled into my job. I've only had my job for a year and a half, give or take.
And Cheyenne's still working at Lowe's?
Yeah, she's been there for 3 years.
Cody confesses that handling Meredith was a lot for the couple when they were just in their early 20s. Meredith's challenging behavior caused a significant strain on their relationship, as the couple had found it difficult to cope with the 6-year-old's developmental issues. This led Cody to give Cheyenne an ultimatum: fix it or I'm out. But did Cheyenne truly resort to killing her own daughter and father for the sake of a man she'd only known for a few months? And would she confess to this?
Did Cody tell the truth now? Because I know the answer to this. Did Cody give you an ultimatum? Do you know what that means? Do you know what the ultimatum means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Like, you gotta choose this or this.
Did he give you that about your daughter? Did he say you need to tighten up with your daughter or else? Did he tell you that?
Yeah.
And why did he tell you that?
Because she needed help and we needed to figure out what's wrong with her.
So he told us that. But he told you he gave you an ultimatum because he can't deal with it. He said you better tighten up or he's gone, right?
Yeah.
So he told us that. He also told us that you asked him about the 55-gallon drum. So why would he tell us that and lie about that? Why did you ask him that? Why did you ask him that?
I didn't ask
Why
him
did you ask him
I
that?
asked him if a Christmas tree, a big Christmas tree could fit in there because we have a 7-foot Christmas tree in the storage unit.
To fit in where?
Into the big tote.
What tote?
The tote at Walmart.
You bought a tote at Walmart?
No. I bought a tote at Walmart, but it's for the picture albums and it's a little blue one that's inside the camper.
Okay.
Given what we've learned about Cheyenne thus far, Cody's ultimatum may have influenced her to some degree. The detective aims to gauge the depth of this influence through Cheyenne's response.
Yes. And she asked me if I thought one of those big 55-gallon tubs would hold the body.
When did she ask you that?
This is maybe 3-4 days ago.
Let me grab my pen so I can make sure I'm
Yeah,
not writing it down.
Yeah, I mean, I just remembered this.
Okay.
Cody, in his statement, also revealed that Cheyenne had mentioned buying tote bags large enough for a human to fit into. Note that both Mark and Meredith's bodies were found in large tote bags. Cody's conversation with Cheyenne about the tote bags was pretty disturbing, and when Cheyenne saw his reaction, she tried to cover it up by saying it was just out of curiosity, as she'd been watching Criminal Minds for a while. Additional evidence that the detectives present to Cheyenne directly contradicts her account of her father and daughter's disappearance.
So tell me what happened. If you had to defend yourself from your dad since you were a kid, tell me what happened.
I always had to I tried to break him away when he runs away from me. That leaves me alone.
So if you've had to defend yourself every time he yells at you because he's been abusive, is that what you said?
Yeah.
So was he abusive when you dropped Meredith off? Or just verbally?
Yeah, just verbally, and then he punches and throws things, and he says that you're a horrible mom for just dropping your kid off and leaving. Like your mother, you're just like your mother, you drop your kid off and you leave her. And I'm like, now I ask you to take her for me.
Did you feel you had to defend yourself then?
I always have to defend myself when I'm around my daddy. Always.
Always?
Yeah. I know that sometimes when my daddy does attack me, I do black out. I do. Because I don't remember parts of times. And it's like one time it's 1 o'clock, next time it's like 3 o'clock.
So did that happen?
It happens a lot. It's been happening a lot lately.
Yeah, this is a self-defense issue. Okay, if that's what you're saying, okay. But just tell me the whole story so I can understand it. Tell me the whole story, and I can understand, so I understand. If you're saying it's self-defense, tell me the whole story that makes sense, okay?
But every time I go to my dad's house, even Cody could tell you that I always cowered because my dad is always yelling at me.
I believe that.
And
Cody did tell me that. I believe that.
I'm always afraid that he's going to do something to me.
Okay, so what happened when you got there? Did he come at you with a knife?
Yeah.
And then what did you do?
I kicked him in his balls, and then he got pissed off even more, and I wound up on the floor, and Lucky was just looking at me. And I looked at my dog, like, come and help me, Lucky, help.
Where was Lucky at?
He was cowering in the kitchen.
Was he in a cage or?
No, Lucky,
Okay.
Lucky can't really hear all that well. My daughter stuck her fingers in her ears and now she's deaf.
She's deaf?
Yeah, because my
Okay.
daughter kept shoving her fingers in her ears.
So Lucky won't come help you, so what'd you have to do?
All I remember is that he came this way with this, and then I put it away because my daughter was.
Say that again?
He came at me like this.
With a knife?
Yeah, like, and I put it away. Like, he had this on and pushed it this way, and then my daughter was coming this way, and that's all I remember is you pushing her away.
But he had a knife in his hand?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, did you see blood on your daughter?
I don't remember that at all.
So how did you get your dad off you? I mean, how did it end?
I don't remember that.
Cheyenne, if you're saying it's self-defense, then I would like to know what happened, okay? If you're saying he's attacking you, you can do whatever you need to do to save your life. That's okay. I need to know that because I don't believe you blacked out.
A fascinating turn of events unfolds as the detectives themselves introduce the possibility of self-defense to Cheyenne, only to dismantle that narrative as well. Observe closely as they reach the core of the interrogation.
This is what I remember.
What do you remember?
I did a shovel outside. I seen there was rust in the bathtub.
Because the shovel wasn't there. Why was it in there?
There's always been rust in that bathtub.
Why was the shovel in the bathtub?
I didn't see no shovel in no bathtub.
Why was the shovel in the bathtub?
I didn't see no shovel in no bathtub.
Why was the shovel in the bathtub? So you asked Cody about a Christmas tree? Really? He didn't tell us about a Christmas tree. You said a person.
A Christmas tree buried in a storage unit in July doesn't make any sense. Nobody pulls a Christmas tree out in July.
I was taking things out of that storage unit and put it in my
I know, but that has no, let's just stop with
I know.
that. Why did you ask him about a person? No Christmas tree. You would have told us a Christmas tree. Why would he say a person? Why?
We watch a lot of Criminal Minds shows.
So you asked him that? What did you ask him? Tell me exactly what you asked him. I must even mention what he said.
What all can you put in that tote? Like a Christmas tree? And
You didn't
Or
ask about a
stuff?
Christmas tree. You and I both didn't ask about a Christmas tree. Why did you ask about a person? Cheyenne. It's time.
that's all I remember. That's all I remember in my brain.
No. Why did you ask about a person? You know you asked about a person because you just said, oh, we watched a lot of Criminal Minds. Why did you ask about a person being in the tote? Would it fit the tote?
I don't remember.
Yes, you do. You just don't want to say it. Why did you ask that?
I see it in Criminal Minds.
What
Where
did you see on Criminal Minds? Tell me.
a big old tote and a Christmas tree in it. And
Okay, so if you saw a Christmas tree in a tote, inside of a tote on a TV show, why would you have to ask them if it fit if you already saw it?
I was talking about my 7-foot Christmas tree
Would fit in what tote?
and the big tote because it's a big tree.
When did you get the tote?
I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that tote. I bought a little small tote that I put picture albums in.
What tote are you talking about putting in the Christmas tree?
That was a big tote that I seen at Walmart.
Or you saw them and said, hey, will a Christmas tree fit in there and a person?
I was just trying to get an idea of
I know, but tell me exactly what you asked them. Tell me exactly what you asked them.
all I remember was talking about Christmas tree. That's all I remember about. I don't remember about no body.
You didn't ask them what person fit in there?
No, I don't remember that.
Is he making that up? He didn't make up the part about he gave you an ultimatum. You never told us that. Did you ever tell us that he gave you an ultimatum? Or did I have to go find it out myself? Did you tell us that? Just tell me yes
It
or no.
slipped my mind, okay?
Okay.
Things I'm trying to remember,
But
it's
I'm
hard
taking-
for me to remember
Listen.
things. No, it's not. I'm lying. I
Look at me.
can't even remember, like, some
Okay.
things what I do day to
But
day.
he told us that he gave you an ultimatum, and that's true, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
In this section of the interrogation, Cheyenne has no choice but to admit to her actions. The grim details she discussed with Cody about putting the bodies in tote bags and how long it would take for the bodies to decompose shed light on the fact that she tried to conceal the crime in cold blood.
So, what hand did your dad have the gun in?
The left hand.
Was he left-handed?
I was having to reach underneath there to grab it with the left hand.
And it was underneath the cushion or the couch?
The couch itself.
Or the love seat?
He's on the left side of the couch right here. He's reaching underneath the couch. And then it's like, oh shit, that's where I put the gun. And
And he pulled it out?
he pulled it out.
And you,
Then I pushed him and he
so he's sitting on the love seat, right?
he's laying down on love seat.
Okay, so
He's holding this hand.
are you standing up?
By the time I'm on my knees.
Can you show me exactly? I'm gonna lay on the floor. And you get on your knees. I need to understand this, Cheyenne. Can you show me exactly what he did?
I leaned over and I pulled it and I pushed it towards his neck when he fired.
I can't hear you. I need you to move your arms, please. He's laying on the couch, right? Look at me. Cheyenne. He's laying on the couch, right? And you're right here on your knees? He's this way? Okay. So he's on the couch, or on the, let's see, the couch is right here?
I didn't destroy evidence, I just got scared.
But the couch is right here?
Yes.
So where are you at? Right here?
Right here.
Can you just stand up? You don't have to get on your knees, but can you stand up exactly where you were? No, can you stand up, please? So he reaches down underneath the couch and grabs the gun with his left hand? Okay. Does he point at you?
The couch was closer to each other's.
No, I understand. Does he point at you? Tell me what you gotta show. I need you to show me exactly what you did. This is very important. No, you need to get up. Can you get up, please? It's very important.
Even if that one, it doesn't, I didn't feel like that.
The gun went off here?
Yes.
Okay. Did that killing? Did that killing?
No, he was pushing more like that, and then fired a couple more rounds. Because I was scared that he was going to try to kill me.
But meanwhile, Meredith is laying on the couch.
Yeah.
Is she dead, you think? I mean, at that time?
I didn't hear anything from her. I don't know what happened.
Was the knife still stuck in her?
No.
Because it was your dad's chest?
Yeah.
Is the knife still there?
No.
Let me ask you this, does Cody have anything to do with this?
No, he don't.
Well, how did you get them over there by yourself?
They didn't wait up my...
Well, how did you get them over there? Did you put them in the car?
I put them in the Suburban.
Are they still in the Suburban?
No.
How did you lift them up there by yourself?
I slid them into the back when I got the truck up.
So if
You want to get tissue?
yeah. How did you get them up in the truck, in their Suburban?
No.
Sorry. We didn't know that was in there.
I don't know, it hurt.
When you had the Suburban backed up to the house, did anybody show up at the house that day?
I don't remember.
Okay, but how did you get them up into the Suburban? You just picked them up?
No, I just slid it. It slid.
So you had the back doors open up to the porch or something?
Yeah.
And they slid right in?
Yes.
Then how'd you lift them out of the Suburban into the shed?
I put Meredith down first and I just slid Daddy down on top.
He's on top of hers?
Yes.
Okay.
I just got scared. I didn't know what to do, and I freaked
So
out.
Cody doesn't even know about this.
No.
Does his dad know about this?
No, I don't want to know.
I'm not telling you I'm going to tell them, but I just need to make sure they don't know about this.
No, sir.
Cody has nothing to do with this.
No, sir.
And what's up with the shovel that was that you took out of the bathtub?
I was trying to clean up the blood because I was freaking out, and I just...
Cheyenne claims Meredith was accidentally shot when Mark and Cheyenne were having an altercation. Yet when Meredith's body was found, it had multiple stab wounds in addition to a gunshot wound to the back of the head. Watch how the final face-off takes place in this part.
Why were you angry? I'm sure he was being rude with you, or saying stuff to you, or being mean to you. But I don't believe he got on top of you with a knife. I don't believe that happened.
Yes, it did.
The evidence suggests otherwise.
But that's what happened. It really happened.
Listen, I've seen training videos. I've been a part of training where people wield knives. If somebody's wielding a knife, you're going to have defensive wounds if you were trying to protect yourself. You have nothing. You have no marks, which would indicate you were defending yourself doing anything. So that, listen, there's no way. There's just no way. Not from a man that can lift, you said, motors.
He doesn't lift motors anymore, man. He does.
Kind of, but listen, you said he's a strong man. And he punched you in the face. And he had a knife. He was attacking you with it. But you don't have any knife attack marks. You don't have any marks. Nobody's indicated they saw you that week. You saw Vicky. You saw Josh, the one who lives on the property. You saw Cody. You saw Cody's family. Nobody's indicated you ever had mortars. She complained. Or you had bruises on your face, or your forearms, or your hands. Nobody said that.
Now let's consider the opposite scenario, Cheyenne attacking her father. It's highly unlikely that a father would initiate violence and attack his own daughter. He might defend himself, but being the attacker, it just doesn't add up. However, Cheyenne repeatedly claims that she was the one who was attacked, yet here she's sitting here without a scratch, claiming she killed her father in self-defense.
Cheyenne, tell me the truth and tell me how this happened, because listen, there's no way you fell in the middle of the floor because there's a coffee table there. Okay? That's number one. Number two, if he's sitting on you, you can't kick him the way you said you kicked him. All right? Number three, if there's a coffee table in the middle of the floor, there's no way that Meredith ran over you guys the way you said she did. There's no way those things happen. The way that living room set up, and you said it was set up the same way that day, other than the carpet. There's no way it happened. And you said your feet were towards the love seat and your head was away. That's the same way that the coffee table's run.
Yeah, she was over the coffee table.
So she come running and jumped over the coffee table?
Yeah.
No.
She can't run and say, Mommy. And I said,
so she come running, jumped on the coffee table, and jumped over the coffee table.
We were like right next to it, like going at each other's. I'm trying to protect myself.
Tell me how it really happened, because this didn't happen.
That's what I remember. You told me.
Listen, look at me, Cheyenne. You said he punched you on this side of your face, and now you're saying he punched you on that side. Then you said he had a knife. Which hand do you have the knife in if he's punching you on both sides of the head?
He hit me this one first, then he hit me this one.
Okay. If he's punching you on both sides of the head, where's the knife?
He hurt me on this. He goes like this, and he goes right around this, and just like this, and this, and like go find just.
No, none of that happened. None of that happened.
But he had a knife in his hand.
No. So he's holding a knife and punches you? No, didn't happen.
He had a knife in his hand. I punched him here, and he had this.
Listen, look at me. No matter how many times you say that, it's still not going to be the truth.
And like, he came at me, and I hit him like this, and
somebody that's willing to hurt you that bad, and they're much bigger than you, and they're on top of you, it didn't happen. You just said he's punching you on both sides of the head. How can you have it
on this side, my head on this way as we reached down?
No. If you're getting punched in the head, how do you know what he did? You got too many details of you exactly knowing exactly how everything's happening when you're getting punched in the head. On both sides, with two fists. Clearly of which it didn't have knives in. And punch with such force that you didn't have any marks.
From Cheyenne's body language in this part of the interrogation, it is evident that she's blindly trying to convince the detectives that she was indeed attacked. While the second detective is alert enough to point out the inconsistencies, Cheyenne refuses to address any of them. But what is shocking here is she doesn't even hesitate to blame her own daughter. According to her, 6-year-old Meredith also attacked her, and she had to defend herself from Meredith as well. Unfortunately, Cheyenne does not come clean as to the real reason for her killing her father and daughter, but a lot of these questions were answered in court. Exactly 4 years later, on July 17, 2019, a 12-member jury convicted Cheyenne on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of tampering with evidence. One of the jurors even recommended the death sentence for Cheyenne. The court concluded that Cheyenne was unable to handle the intense stress caused by her daughter's emotional and behavioral difficulties. Due to the pandemic, her sentencing was delayed, but on February 5, 2021, Cheyenne Jesse was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. What transpired in this case was a butterfly effect from one event. Let's understand how. Cheyenne herself came from a broken family, enduring both physical and mental abuse from a young age. Unfortunately, these experiences were compounded by unresolved developmental issues that persisted into her adulthood.
She was a little strange, but I didn't know that she had the bipolar then, but it was a little strange.
One significant consequence was her decision to raise her daughter Meredith despite lacking the necessary mental and financial resources. Instead, she relied heavily on her father for support. Unfortunately, Cheyenne failed to appreciate her father's support. Mark truly adored his granddaughter, and everyone could see this love but her.
He'd rather you take his life than mess with that baby.
Furthermore, Cheyenne struggled to cope with Meredith's developmental issues, adding to her burden. Amidst these challenges, her relationship with Cody was a rare source of positivity in her life. However, this relationship was strained by her daughter's needs. Tell us what you feel about this case in the comments section, and for more such videos, like, share, and subscribe to our channel.